Did it go live? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Announcing much, so we're just going to let the announcer of the field do it, and then afterwards we'll have a short intro and we'll get right into the game.
And now, please stand for the school song of the visiting Elwood Panthers. And now, the school song for your Blackford Bruins. athletic department of Blackford High School welcomes you to a special night of competition and recognition. Tonight is the night reserved for special recognition of senior athletes, managers, cheerleaders, band members, and JROTC representatives during the 2018 fall season. Some of our seniors have completed their seasons while others are still preparing for tournament competition. Whichever the case may be, the dedication to their endeavors remains the same. To those who have closed their season, we say, job well done. To those who have yet to complete tournament competition, we wish you well and want each of you to know that we are proud of you individually and collectively. You have represented yourself, your families, and Blackford High School well. It is your night, your moment to be recognized and honored for your team dedication and accomplishments through competition. Without further delay, we will begin with our first senior. Logan Deanberg is escorted this evening by Father Mike Deanberg. Logan completed his third year as a member of the JROTC drill team. Logan's future plans including Ball State University or military police in the Army. Next is Scott Garrison, is escorted this evening by Principal Scott Schimmer due to his father David's unavoidable work obligation. Scott completed his third year as a JROTC. Scott's future plans is in the U.S. Army. Peyton Henderson is escorted by Mom Stephanie Henderson, Dad James Henderson. Peyton completed the fourth year as a member of the JROTC drill team. Peyton's future plans include Ball State, Next is Alexandra Blackwood, who is escorted this evening by her mother and brother, Shelley and Aaron Blackwood. Alexandra completed her fourth year as a band. Alexandra's future plans include Ball State University for English education. Next is Callista Johns. She is escorted this evening by her mother, Amber Johns. Callista completed her fourth year as a member of the band. Callista's future plans including Ball State University for social work. Next is Quentin Koneman, is escorted this evening by his mom and dad, Charity and Matt Koneman. Quentin completed his fourth year as a band member, and a color guard member, and a JROTC. Quentin's future plans include Ball State University. Next, Jessica Manley. She is escorted this evening by her mother and father, Lorna and James Manley. Jessica completed her fourth year as a member of the band. Jessica's future plans include Ball State University. Breanne Morgan is next. She is escorted by her mother and father, Brenda and Matt Morgan. Breanne completed her fourth year as a member of the band. Breanne's future plans include to study accounting and entrepreneurial management. Next, Lydia Thompson is escorted this evening by her mother, Melissa Thompson. Lydia completed her fourth year of the band. Lydia's future plans include attending Indiana State for athletic training. Next, Caitlin Morgan. She is escorted this evening by her mother, Kelly Morgan. Caitlin completed her fourth year as a member of the cheerleading. Caitlin's future plans include serving in the U.S. Navy. Next is Drake Smith. Drake is escorted this evening by his mother and father, Kathy and Kevin Smith. Drake completed his fourth year as a member of the cheerleading. Drake's future plans include attending Ivy Tech. Next is Haylin Withers. Haylin is escorted this evening by her mother, father, Jason, and Dindy Withers. Haylin completed her fourth year as a member of the cheerleaders. Haylin's future plans include Purdue, Fort Wayne. Next is Tori Baker. Tori is escorted this evening by mom and dad, Tracy and Troy. Tori completed her fourth year as a member of the volleyball team. Tori's future plans include Purdue University for speech-language pathology. Next is Heather Hardy. Heather is escorted this evening by her grandmother and best friend, Judy Hardy and Paige Maloney. Heather completed her third year as a member of the volleyball team. Heather's future plans including graduating a year early, then attending Ivy Tech of South Bend. Next, Madison Hudson. She's escorted this evening by Mom and Dad, Christina Hudson and Wayne Hudson. Madison completed her first year of volleyball. Madison plans to attend Ivy Tech University for nursing. Next is Anahi Navarro. Is escorted by her mom and dad, Norma Mayers and Javier Navarro. Anahi is a member of the volleyball and plans to attend Ball State University. Next is J.C. Rogers. She's escorted this evening by her parents, John and Shauna Rogers. J.C. completed her fourth year as a member of the volleyball team. J.C.'s future plans include Ball State University. Sophie Winger is escorted this evening by her parents, Dale and Jim Winger. Sophie completed her first year as a member of the volleyball team. Sophie's future plans include IUPUI. Next up is Lariah Lytle. She is escorted this evening by Mom and Dad, Kim Slidell and Jimmy Lytle. Lariah completed her fourth year as a member of the varsity soccer cheerleaders. Lariah's future plans include IU Kokomo for a major in radiology. Next is Gretchen Messersmith. She is escorted this evening by her father and mother, Devin and Mandolin Messersmith. Gretchen is a fourth year member of the soccer team and plans to attend Ball State or Ivy Tech. Next is Haley Morris. She is escorted this evening by her mother, Misty Tier. Haley completed her third year as a member of the soccer team. Haley's future plans include attending college, yet to be determined. Jocelyn Schick is next. She is escorted by her mother and father, Scott and Jennifer Schick. Jocelyn completed her fourth year as a member of the soccer team. Jocelyn's future plans include school for engineering and music English education. Andrew Beckley, escorted by mother Tricia and Melissa Beckley. Andrew completed his second year as a member of the soccer team. Andrew's future plans include IUPUI. Next is Spencer Blakely. He's escorted this evening by his parents, Scott and Jessica Blakely. Spencer completed his fourth year as a member of the soccer team. Spencer's future plans include attending an undecided college for biochemistry. Next is Nathan Brown. He's escorted this evening by his father, Kevin Brown, and mother, Mindy Brown. Nathan completed his fourth year as a member of the soccer team. Nathan's future plans including an undecided college. Next is Jacob Clam, escorted this evening by parents Matt and Jennifer Clam. Jacob completed his fourth year as a soccer, band, and cross country. Jacob's future plans include college majoring in motorsports and mechanical engineering. Charlie Cranston's next and is escorted by mom and dad Jody and Fred Cranston. Charlie completed his fourth year of the soccer team. Charlie's future plans including IU Bloomington. Next is Keaton Elkins, escorted this evening by his mom, Susan Elkins. Keaton completed this season as a member of the soccer team. Keaton's future plans include undecided college for health careers. Next is Colton McNeil, escorted this evening by parents Rhonda and Shane McNeil. Colton completed his 4th year of the boys soccer team. Colton's future plans include Ball State and enlisting in the United States Army. Next is Renner Romine, is escorted this evening by mother and father Brett and Michelle Romine. Renner completed his 2nd year in the boys soccer team, and his future plans include Ball State University. Next is Josh Neely, and is escorted this evening by mother Rachel Moronet. Josh completed his 1st year on the soccer team, and his future plans include pursuing an acting career. Next is Dylan Spidell, escorted this evening by his parents Jeff and Sarah Spidell. Dylan completed his 2nd year member of the soccer team. Dylan's future plans include Ball State University to study criminal justice and plans to join the Army. Next is Adam Ward. He's escorted this evening by his parents Lisa Ward and Kelly Ward. Adam completed his 3rd year as a member of the soccer team. Adam is enlisting in the United States Navy for the future plans. Next is Mark White. He's escorted this evening by his mother and father, Lori and Tony White. Mark just completed his 4th year as a member of the soccer team and has planned to go to college to be a physician assistant. Next is Jarrett Barker, escorted by his parents Scott and Jody Barker. Jarrett completed his 3rd year on the tennis team, and Jarrett plans to attend Indiana Wesleyan to major in music. Next is Miles Klein. He's escorted this evening by his parents Jeff and Renee Klein. Miles completed his 3rd year as a member of the tennis team. Miles plans to attend Trine University for biomedical engineering. Next is Austin Collett. He's escorted this evening by his parents James and Shannon. Austin completed his 4th year as a member of the tennis team and plans to attend IUPUI or IU. Next is Kyle Price. He's escorted by mother and father Dave and Allison Price. Kyle completed his 4th year on the drill team and 2nd year on the tennis team. Kyle is an undecided college. Next is Brandon Apple, escorted this evening by his parents Angie Alfrey and Randy Apple. Brandon completed his 3rd year as a member of the football team and his plans to attend Purdue University to major in mechanical engineering. Next is Jacob Devers, escorted by his father Eric Devers and mother Carol Ann Knuckle. Jacob completed his 4th year as a member of the football team and his plans decide to what college. Billy Elam II is escorted this evening by his parents Shane and Sonny Hockey. Shane is on the 4th year as a member of the football team and plans to attend Ivy Tech or the military. Melvin Hernandez is escorted by his mother, Randy Hernandez. Melvin completed his 4th year as a member of the football team, and his future plans include Ball State University. Melvin has recently finished basic training for the U.S. Army National Guard. Next is Cameron Ice, escorted this evening by mother and father, Christy Kleibel, Benjamin Ice. Cameron completed his 3rd year as a member of the football team, and he plans to attend Purdue University. Next is Austin Lancaster, escorted by his parents, John and Christy Lancaster. Austin has completed his 4th year as a member of the football team, and he plans to go to college as yet to be determined. Ashton Overland is next, and he's escorted by parents Vicki Pliable and Aaron Widener. Ashton completed his 2nd year as a member of the football team, and his future plans is learning heavy equipment handling. And finally, Terrence Wilson is escorted this evening by mother and sister, Dee Monterosa and Sister May. Terrence completed the 4th year of Bruin football and is planning on going to Indiana Wesleyan University with a major in sports management. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Fall Senior Athletes, cheerleaders, band members, and JROTC Raider team. Seniors, congratulations and good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, fans of all ages, the competitors tonight have worked hard to reach their peak performance level in order to maintain the integrity and spirit of high school athletics and to make this a memorable and positive experience for all of our participating athletes. The athletic department of Blackford High School respectfully asks that you, as spectators, respect their efforts with a display of good sportsmanship. During the game tonight, please be supportive and show your appreciation for the effort of both teams. Thank you for your cooperation. At this time, we would like to welcome this evening's officials, Dennis Maud, Dave Immenheiser, Tom Fox, Doug Tipton, and Kyle Eichenauer.
Thomas, don't screw it up, dude.
We now ask that everyone please rise to remove your hats as Blackford High School freshman Sam Williamson honors America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, where the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So I'm going to move this over here so you have a better handle on it. But it's real simple. See the screen over here? Hey, Jeff. All you're going to do is zoom in and try to watch as much of the field as you can, and then just follow the team as they go by and what have you. And then hopefully the sun will go down and we'll actually have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a set of
Thank you very much.
Toyota
Ready?
keys.
Steve, right leg. I'll be in the
found, and they are up here in the booth. If you want to play with it, come verify that it is your vehicle, and you can have the keys.
What? He's running the camera. No, you need to stay away from it. What? It's taking video. I just gotta move it.
Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
All right, good evening. Welcome back to the game. Co-host with me this evening, by the way, I'm Steve Hurd, as usual on the Blackford Athletics. And with me this evening is going to be Grant Banner. How you doing, Grant?
Good. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing all right. Grant had asked me a while ago if I was willing to let him broadcast with me, and unfortunately I had back surgery and wasn't able to do much with it, so we decided not to, but thanks to Karen Mealy and Camille Mealy for getting this started and helping out here with us today, as well as all of our other sponsors, Aaron Henderson and Kevin Basie, and we'll get into them a little bit more later. Right now they're going to the coin toss, but Blackford starting off the season with a 5-1 record, 4-0 in the conference, tied for first with Mississinawa High School. And after the seasons that Blackford's had in the past, that has to be a great accomplishment no matter what happens with the rest of the season. Don't you say, Grant?
Absolutely. I think that, Coach Sehigh's got these guys put together pretty well, and this offense seems like it's going to work and could work in the future for a while.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was talking with somebody earlier today about our offense and how I think that we have the opportunity to at least give Eastbrook a run for their money. Eastbrook usually dominating the CIC along with Mississinawa in the past, but Blackford now here in second place with Eastbrook just behind us. So the Bruins are definitely on the rise for the future, and hopefully they continue to improve as the years go on. Looks like the Bruins are going to be moving south to north, and I didn't see who won the coin flip or who's going to be receiving. Did you, Grant?
I did not.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see who actually starts kicking off the ball. But a couple of stats that jumped out to me for Elwood, and we'll start off with Elwood because they're the visitors, is it looks like they've got one offensive player, and that is Morales. Is that what you've seen as well? Morales, 132.8 total yards, both in rushing and passing, but he's leading the charge for the Panthers.
Yeah, it seems that way for the past few years. I know I played with Sammy, and then Alex was right behind me. I do believe this is going to be their last Morales brother, actually.
Oh, so you know them then?
Yes.
Oh, that's good to go. It looks like Blackford's going to be receiving the ball. Austin Lancaster and Shane Elam are going to be out to receive. And Elam, one of the leaders on the team with 351 rushing yards. But for kickoffs, let me check here again. Kickoffs, I know I wrote it down somewhere. Yes, he's averaging 21.3 yards per kickoff on the season. I unfortunately did not see Lancaster on Max Prep, so I did not get any stats for him, and the kick is up, and this one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a penalty. Went out of bounds roughly about the 35-yard line. And while we do that, why don't we get into, let's see here, one of the sponsors, and we're going to go off with the first sponsor that we received from Camille Mealy. She says she's not running against anyone. She's running for the students of Blackford County. She is trying for the school board, and she says she's doing it with a sincere desire to provide guidance and leadership from the perspective of a lifelong educator. And now I'm going to interrupt myself, and we're going to get back into the game here.
Elam has the ball. Good run, good push. About 6 yards. 6 yards the first carry.
And Elam was 6 yards for the first carry. So we're going to be 2nd down and 4. And the clock is ticking. The clock is consistent with the clock on the field, and I'll try to keep that going for the rest of the game as best as I can. And we're fighting the sun tonight, of course, as we do in all games for Blackford County. And the ball is up, a handoff, nope, a fake, and Mealy's going to throw it, and Willman unable to catch it. And Willman misses that catch to the left side of the field. Mealy getting the play from Coach Seahigh, who, like Grant said, is doing a great job this year, or in the last few years, getting this team back on a winning track. The backs looks like Lancaster, Hernandez, and maybe Justice. Nope, Justice is on the sideline, so it must be, and there's going to be a flag on the play. This flag is going to be for encroachment on the defense. Going to move the ball 4 yards, and that's going to give us another first down for Blackford.
Now reverting back to that last play, Steve, I was getting these stats today. Looks like Mealy, his favorite receiver is going to be Willman, so we'll be looking more for that later on in the game. Lancaster has the ball.
And Lancaster's on a run. Still up, broke 3 tackles. The clock is going to stop for the first down, and Lancaster breaks off for what it looks like about a 20 to 25-yard run.
Austin Lancaster on the long run to set up another Bruin.
And again, it looks like Hernandez, Elam, and Lancaster in the backfield. The Bruins don't throw much, but when they do. And this one's to Hernandez. Hernandez up the middle, and he's down. That looks like it's going to be about an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 now for the Bruins. And I guess I could take that flag off of there. The clock's still running. My clock is just a little bit behind the game clock. It's now 10:24-23. The same backfield for the Bruins. Mealy just now under center. Takes the snap, and this is a pitch out to the left side to Shane Elam, and he is off to the races. And that's going to be another first down and another flag.
I didn't see any other Bruins over there, so assume this is going to be something on the defense here.
Trying to wait for the head official. And they're writing off the flag, so no penalty. 10-11 to go.
No penalty on the play.
And the Bruins are now should be first and goal now.
That pitch was something I don't think I've seen all year.
They definitely tried something different with that one. I haven't really seen much of a pitch from the Bruins as well. I haven't seen or paid that much attention either, as preparing for back surgery has been a little bit of a hassle. And Lancaster runs out to the edge, and they're going to call that a touchdown. And the Bruins take the lead 6-0. And that's going to bring out Brady Malott, who's only made 5 extra points on the season. And I talked to him earlier, and he thought it was only 3. And the snap is down. The kick is up, and that's going to be good for an extra point. The Bruins now 7-0 over the Elwood Panthers. And not a bad first drive for the Bruins. What do you say, Grant?
No, not at all. Like I said, that pitch is something I don't think I've seen all year, so obviously Elwood couldn't have prepared for that.
It looked good. It was a nice pitch out to the left, put it right in the pocket for Lancaster, and he took off for the run. And let me get back to Camille Mealy. She says her desire is to see our schools approach all areas of education with enthusiasm and commitment. We must embrace the arts and the technical skills within our educational plans. Preparing students for college is important, but offering students technical classes that will prepare them for the workforce is just as important. Offering them opportunities and self-expression through visual and performing arts is just as important. It is my belief that we must strive to educate the whole child and provide them opportunities that will enrich their lives and engage them in pursuits that will last a lifetime. And that is Camille Mealy for school board. And it looks like Brody Malott is going to be kicking off. And I had some stats for his on his kickoffs. He's averaging, or he has for the season, kicked off and has 1,412 kickoff yards for the season. On 39 total kickoffs, he's averaging 36.2 average yards per kickoff. So not a bad showing for the sophomore as he starts back, kicks the ball off, and this one a low flyer. And it's going to get back to about the 10, picked up by Elwood. He's running on the right side, and the Bruins looks like Melvin Hernandez with the tackle.
As Morales back there on the return, I know I was talking to a couple of the coaches. It was definitely one of their goals to not kick him the ball in the air.
Morales?
Yes.
Well, I can imagine with the 77.8 rushing yards, 55 passing yards, and that is per play, per carry, per reception, is a pretty good feat for the young man. And you said he's a senior this year?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's lined up in the wing on the far side of the field.
Closest to us?
No, on the far side, their sideline.
Oh, I got you. And that's number 5 with the carry. It looks like he gets about 5 yards. And they're going to make it 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 6 maybe. Yeah, nope, looks like it's right in the middle, so 2nd and 5. And unfortunately, I haven't started the clock yet, so and there we go. Now we're on it, and like I said, we'll try to keep up with this as the Panthers now on a 2nd and 5. It's a long 5, it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Quarterback, is that Morales in motion, and now we've got a stop. And it's going to be a false start going against the Panthers, and that's going to back him up 2nd and 10 with the penalty.
You know, you're saying that he's got quite a few passing yards a game. It'd be interesting to see if he throws out of that halfback position or if they do put him back at quarterback throughout the night.
Right. And the clock is running again. And it looks like my clock is moving quicker than the game clock, so if that continues, we may stop that. Number 10 for the Panthers is tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and he goes down, it looks like, for about a 6-yard loss.
Number 72, Jackson Bell, slowed Morales down there just enough for the other Bruins to swarm to the ball. Good play for the Bruins there.
Yeah, Bell with a nice, it looked like a fingertip tackle for him. Just barely got a hold of him, but just enough to slow him down to have the other Bruins hold him back. And again, sorry about that. And he's back. He's going to pass on this one to number 10. Number 10 breaks the tackle, and Melvin Hernandez stops him, but it's going to be well short of the first down. And it looks like they're going to bring out the punting team, the punting unit, and punt this one off to the Bruins. It looks like it would be 4th and 8 for the Panthers, and yep, they're backed up for punting. And it looks like Elam's going to be back for the reception. The ball is snapped. The punt is just a barrel off. It looked like Isaac Justice almost got a piece of it, and that one did not go very far. And it looks like the Bruins are going to take over on their own 49-yard line.
It's a good way to start the game there. Good defensive stop. Looks like Elwood, they're going to struggle, and if they can't get Morales outside, looks like that's the plan here. So.
Yeah, the Bruins have been tough all season up the middle, not giving up much yards. Most of their yardage has been given through the outside.
Looks like you got 10 of Elwood's 11 players in the box here. They're ready for a run up the middle.
And this is a handoff to Austin Lancaster on the left side of the field for an 8-yard gain. The Bruins are going to be 2nd and 2. Now, it looks like they're giving them 2nd and 3, maybe.
Austin Lancaster, 7-yard run.
Immediately getting the instructions from Coach Seahigh. And it does look like Elwood loading up the box with just one safety out to help out. The ball's on the 44-yard line. Bruins have 3 yards to pick up. And I didn't see him with the handoff, and it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down.
I can't blame Elwood for putting the 10 of their 11 players in the box. Coach Seahigh likes to play some up the middle, running down your throat kind of football.
Yeah. Seahigh does like to run the ball. He doesn't pass much, but when he does, he's been very successful. I know the Ball State trip that they took. They had two or three touchdowns in the end zone. This is another pitch out to the left side. Isaac Justice down the left side. He's got the first down, and he's going to be tackled by Elwood. It looks like at about the 27-yard line.
That game they played at Ball State, you see here that Caleb passed 4 for 4 for about 75 yards. 1 touchdown to Shane Elam, 1 touchdown to Isaac Justice. It's definitely the passing game's open when they do decide to pass.
Absolutely. And this one's going to be a pass down the sideline, and I didn't see who missed it, but did not bring it in.
He called that a catch and a fumble.
Oh, catching a fumble by Dalton Wellman.
That was interesting.
And it is a first down.
Didn't think he had possession of that, but that's why I'm not down there on the field.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have the greatest view up here, but... And again, the Bruins 1st and 10 on the, looks like the 13-yard line, 12 and a half. And this is going to be a handoff to Isaac Justice up the middle, and he's down for a couple-yard gain, down to about the 9.
I'll tell you what, watching Isaac all year, I know you said you haven't been out to many games this year. He runs the ball real hard, and he's one of those kids that just doesn't give up. It
seems to me on the ones that I have actually paid attention, it seems that he sees the field about as well as any football player around. So I have noticed that. And this one is handed off up the middle to Jacob Devers, just a couple yards. And it looks like it's going to be third down.
Jacob Devers on the 2-yard line.
And third down and maybe 3 or 4.
It's going to be a long 3. I'd probably give it 4.
So 3rd and 4 for the Bruins on their own 6-yard line. Same backfield, Lancaster, and this one, that snap was not handed off well, and it looked like Elam with the handoff did not get good control over it.
No.
And this is going to be 4th down and about a 2.
I think if that handoff's clean, you're going to see maybe 4th and 1, 4th and inches. Slowed Shane up pretty well.
Right. 3:35 left to go in the first quarter. The same backfield, Mealy down under center. And this one's to Lancaster, and they're going to get at least the first down, if not a touchdown. And they're calling him short just at about the 1.5-yard line. So 1st and goal to go for the Bruins.
Lancaster, enough for a Bruin.
And it looks like it's that's a 2-yard. It looks like they're on the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Same backfield. They have 4 chances to get it in to the end zone.
Probably see a handoff to Devers here would be my guess up the middle.
Right up the middle, and nope. That one looked like it went to Elam.
Devers blocking for Elam on that. Good block.
And the Bruins now up 13-0 over the Elwood Panthers.
You know, a good thing that they do have this year with Bodie as their kicker. I know, talking to some of these coaches sometimes, they're comfortable, a tie game late in the game for him to kick around a 40 to 45-yard field goal as a sophomore. So we haven't seen that yet, but I do know they are comfortable with that with the right conditions. So that'll be good. And
the Malott kick is good for the extra point, giving the Bruins a 14-0 lead over the Elwood Panthers. And while at it, let's how about Aaron Henderson for prosecutor? He has a background, a lifelong resident of Blackford County, a 1989 graduate of Blackford High School, a 95 graduate of Anderson University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, a 2001 graduate of Valdosta State University, looks like a master's degree in public administration, and a 2014 graduate of Thomas M. Cooley School of Law. In 2015, he opened up Aaron Henderson Law Office, LLC, in Hartford City. He has personally served the community in various capacities, including Hartford City Police Department, the DARE officer from 1992 to 1995, Blackford County Sheriff's Department Reserve Officer 95 to 98, Chief Probation Officer 95 to 2015, Blackford County EMA Director from 2001 to 2017, and Hartford City Fire Department from 2001 to 2011. And it looks like we're getting ready to have the kickoff, and Bodie Malott is back, and I'll get more on Aaron Henderson after this play. The kick is off, and another low one rolling to the ground and that's going to be a flag, and it's out of bounds. And more on Aaron Henderson. He was on the Blackford County 4-H Fair Board, the Blackford County Community Corrections Advisory Board member, Blackford Lodge 106, F and AM. I'm unsure what that is. Is that, I don't even want to assume. Blackford County Youth Soccer Coach to this day. And the BHS coach of track and women's soccer. His goals are to work closely with law enforcement, and I'll get back to him in just a second as Elwood is on under center at about the 35-yard line after the penalty. Their quarterback is back, and now he's going to run, and the host of Bruins tackle him for what looks to be about a 5-yard loss. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Panthers on their own 31-yard line now.
I I thought there for a second that was going to get a little dangerous. I saw 3 or 4 guys coming from the middle part of the portion, the Bruins defense. I thought that they were going to leave something open in the middle where that Morales was.
And now 2nd and 15 on the 31. The snap is up, and this is going to be a handoff right up the middle, and number 5 is stopped for a gain of about 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Panthers.
Looks like Hernandez and Wilson on that tackle.
The clock's still running. We're just a little bit ahead of the game clock, only by a few seconds, so we're just going to let it hold on to where it's at because I'm sure I'll mess it up and we'll eventually get it back to where it was anyway.
3rd and 11 here.
3rd and 11.
Probably expecting a pass 4 wide with 1 running back.
And which number is Morales?
Number 10. He's right here in that slot position.
And they do not throw to him, but they do throw, and that one's going to be just short of the first down by about 2 yards. And the question is will the Panthers go for it? And it looks like they are setting up to go for it. The kicking team not in on it. And it looks like they may be trying to misdirect the Bruins away from number 10 or allowing them to double team or keep him from getting the ball and going to another receiver.
Yeah, I was watching the quarterback on that. He didn't even look Morales' way. I think he had his intention set on number 18 out there. It was a good pass.
And the Bruins looking to jump this ball, or maybe Elwood's they were trying to draw them off sides and it didn't work. The Bruins just hanging on. And now Elwood with a timeout. And with that, let me get back to Aaron Henderson with some of his goals. He wants to increase conviction rates, efficiently move cases through the courts, collaborate and work closely with the community corrections and probation to effectively reduce recidivism, assist in bridging gaps in rehabilitative services for offenders, and provide a meaningful pretrial diversion program for first-time offenders of low-level offenses, which holds offenders accountable for their crime while addressing their individual needs to reduce recidivism. And that is Aaron Henderson for prosecutor. And it looks like the timeout is up, and it does look like they're still going to go. Nope, they are going to punt, it looks like. And Elam now hustling back to receive this punt. The snap is off, the kick is up, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the Bruins' 44-yard line. So
45, yeah.
1st and 10, a minute 35 left on the game clock. And the Bruins with a 14-0 lead over Elwood. And Elwood just does not have much of an answer for the Blackford offense, and they definitely not really doing well on their own offensive, and Blackford's just really hammering this defense.
Looks like you got maybe Hernandez, Lancaster, and Elam.
And we've got a flag on the play. And the result of the play is definitely a first down, but it looks like it's going to be a holding on the Bruins if I had to guess. It's definitely in the backfield. Yep, a holding Bruins, and that's going to bring it back, and the Bruins are going to be 1st and 15 after the flag.
Look, by the way, Coach Clay and Joey Payne were talking. Looks like that was probably a holding on Joey, number 3.
And Payne getting called with the holding possibly. And I'm sorry, but that is a 10-yard penalty. So the Bruins now 1st and 20. 1st and 20 on their 32-yard line. And the ball handed off to Hernandez, and he gets about 9 yards on the carry to bring it to second and 11.
Tell you what, today, Steve, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if we're going to be able to keep up with where the ball's actually at. I know watching these guys the past couple games, it's hard to tell who has the ball.
Yeah. I've definitely made my mistakes out in the stands watching the games and thought it was going one way and just completely got thrown for a loop. And that was a 10-yard rush, and this one's going up the middle to Devers, and he's got 5, 6, 7 yards, it looks like. So, yeah, they're definitely giving him 7 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Bruins. And it looks like there's only about 30 seconds left on the game clock. And they may try to get off another play. Nope, they're going to let this clock run down. And let's hear about one of our other sponsors as we go to the second quarter with 15 seconds to go. And again, my clock is definitely behind the other clock, so we're just going to take that off, and we'll just give you an update every now and again. Kevin Basie for prosecutor, and this is paid for by the committee to re-elect Basie for prosecutor. Kevin Basie is running for re-election to be your Blackford County prosecutor. Kevin has been an attorney in Blackford County for over 25 years and has been proud to serve as your Blackford County prosecutor for almost 20 of those 25 years. When faced with trying times that are present in our world today, it's important to have a trusted, fully prepared, and tested individual who will see the job through. Kevin Basie has proven himself to be that individual. Kevin would be humbled by your continued support in the upcoming election. And since we have a few extra minutes, background for Camille Mealy for school board. She is a graduate of Hartford City High School. She holds a Bachelor of Music from DePaul University and a Master's of Art in Music Education from Ball State University. After 35 years of teaching in the Delaware Community School Corporation, she retired in 2010. She also taught piano lessons for 40 years. Currently is the choir director at Grace United Methodist Church. And it looks like we're getting ready to start the second quarter.
Starting the second quarter, Bruins have 3rd and 2.
Looks like Hernandez, Elam, and maybe Lancaster on that far side.
3rd and 2, and this one's off to Lancaster. He gets stopped what looks like his own player, the left tackle. Maybe no, Elam looks like may have gotten a hand on him for some reason, but he picks up a yard and makes it 4th and 2. The Bruins definitely not afraid to go for it on a 4th and just about anything. I haven't really seen him punt much this year, have you?
No, maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the year. I don't think they've really had that much opportunity to punt. I think the most they punted was probably that Jay County game, which was the first game of the year.
Right, exactly. Now Mealy under center, same backfield. Takes the hand off, and this one's going to Lancaster, and he pushes through for the first down. And gets to about Elwood's 44-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bruins. 11:17 on the game clock. The Bruins have all of their timeouts. I don't expect that they're going to have to use much of them. They haven't used much of them all season. A fairly nice-sized crowd here for the Bruins. And this is going to be a handoff again, and this is to Elwood. He's cutting and juking and jiving, rolling, spinning out, down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and running for the touchdown.
What a run. Broke 3 or 4 tackles there.
Yeah, it looked like he was about one offense to their 4 defenders, and they just could not catch him. A good run by Shane Elam. The Bruins now lead 20-0 over the Elwood Panthers in the second quarter of the game with 10:47 left on the clock. Bodie Malott now in for the kick. Again, Bodie only missed 5 for the season. I think he told me earlier that he's been blocked on 2 of those, and so he's only missed actual 3. And the snap is not good, but I think, no, he does miss it, so Carson Seeley unable to get the ball down in enough time. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it got blocked.
No.
Maybe just a bad hold for the bad snap. Not a big deal on a game like today, but Bodie Malott increasing his misses to now 6 on the season. I hate to harp on a bad stat, but that's still not bad for a sophomore kicker for the Bruins.
Kicking always isn't the easiest thing. A lot of people think that it is, but a lot of work does go into kicking, and there's a lot of mechanics that do go into that too.
Yes, I listened to the Pat McAfee Show podcast, and I remember him doing an episode once on how the whole kicking process works, and he was saying that whenever a kick misses right or left, that is usually the holder, or not the holder, but the snapper's fault, because they have a specific rotation on the ball, and if they don't get that rotation, then the holder is only supposed to spin that ball just a little bit, but if he has to spin it in any major direction, it usually screws up the kick and makes it go in a funky way. So
yeah, kicking that probably results in kicking the laces. I know that the majority of the kickers now do kick soccer style, and they'll definitely alter how their ball flies.
Right. And again, Bodie Malott averaging, it was something like 36 yards per kickoff. Yep, 36.2 yards per kickoff for this season. And he's back. 10:47 on the game clock. The Bruins 20-0 over Elwood. And the kick is up, and this is a boot. And it goes off of Morales. He picks it up. He's running. He's got 10 yards now, going for 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And this kid is quick, and he's going to be running for a touchdown. And I'm guessing that's why you don't want to kick to that kid.
That's correct. Like I said, their intentions were fully not to kick him the ball. And looking down at the sidelines, Coach Seahide does not seem too happy that the ball got that far to him in the air.
Yeah, that it was a good kick by Malott, but it looks like Seahide may be having a chat with a couple of his runners. Yep, he's bringing them all down, including Malott. And you're right, he does not look happy. The Elwood Panthers are going to go for just the extra point, kicking it off. Number 3, I don't have the roster in front of me.
Will Rutherford.
And he's... I know one of the Bruins got a hand on it, but it was already on its way down when they did. So the Bruins lead 20-6 over the Panthers. And still not a bad showing. The Elwood definitely looked excited about getting that touchdown, and Morales is definitely a good player, and the stats are showing that. More about Camille Miller. She says, Indiana Public Schools face many challenges as the state of Indiana continues to pass legislation that contains mandates and performance outcomes to our local districts. As a community, we must show our interest and support to our local school corporation. Our children need all of us to envision a productive future for each one of them. Our students are our community's future. Additionally, a bright future needs the communities and the schools working together to encourage and support our students. When we demonstrate strong community involvement with the schools, we become a place where families are important. And the kickoff is off, and that one is handled by number 20, it looks like, and he gets out to about the 40, but he fumbles. It looks like they may be calling him down by contact. Not real sure. Nobody has pointed one way or the other. Elwood definitely thinks that it's their ball, and the White Hat says it's Blackford ball. So it looks like he may have been down by contact. The Bruins going to take over on their own 40-yard line.
See Shane over here on the sideline. So
that means Isaac Justice is going to be on the left side. The middle looks like Devers, and outside's Lancaster.
They have a pretty good backfield here. I know a couple of these guys, it's their senior year. But returning next year, I mean, they still have Isaac and Caleb for sure, and a few other ones.
Right. And this is a handoff to Devers right up the middle, and he pushes forward for about a 3-yard gain.
You know, I know this offense, it just worked right there. You know, Devers had the ball, and Isaac got tackled. So,
yes.
You know, Elwood, I don't think knows who has the ball either. So,
nope, it seems like they're just tackling them all.
Yep, and that's, you know, reverting back to high school when we played Eastbrook. Eastbrook has this similar offense where they're doing these double dives. Your goal was to tackle every ball carrier, just to ensure that
you got the right one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Under 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Mealy under center picks up, and this one's going to the right side, and there's another flag on the play, and Isaac Justice out to about the 43-yard line. And it's going against the Bruins. It looked like maybe a holding. I didn't see it. Did you?
I didn't see who that was on or the hold itself. So.
And that one's going to back up the Bruins.
Should be second about.
Second and 18. Yep, looks like it's going to be. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, so we're going back even farther. So second about 23, maybe?
Yeah.
That's a 15-yard penalty on the Bruins.
It's rough. I don't know. Looks like, I'm assuming probably it was on Ekus coming off the field here. They put in Jackson Bell to replace him. Looks like Sehigh's talking to him about the mistake he made.
Right. And again, Isaac Justice is not in, so they have Shane Elam, Devers, and Lancaster on the right side. Mealy handoffs to Shane Elam. Elam out for about a 5-yard gain, it looks like. It's going to be 3rd and 18 for the Bruins, and not the position that we wanted to be in. Bell's back off the field, and Ekus is back in at right tackle.
Yeah, you always knew in football when you get called off the field in the middle of an offensive series, it's never a good thing.
9 minutes to play in the second quarter. The Bruins with the lead, 20-6 over the Elwood Panthers.
Here it looks like Elwood's backed a couple guys out of their box. 1, 2. It looks like they got
2 safeties now
in the box, maybe.
And no, this is going to be a pass, and Shane Elam wide open, right? Or is that? No, that's Lancaster. And he's down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Bruins.
That's where we go back to what I said earlier. You know, when they do decide to pass, there's always going to be somebody open.
And that was great. He got some separation by sitting in the backfield and ended up on about the 40-yard line to receive that pass, and a perfect throw by Caleb Mealy on the run. And there wasn't anything that Elwood could do about that when they were burnt from the beginning.
And looks like Caleb, going from the beginning of the year till now, he's definitely looks like he's worked on a lot of his passing game. There were some passes that first game that weren't so pretty. He's got a lot better, it seems like.
The hold, the kick, and another one, no good. And it looks like he might have missed that one wide right. So 2 misses tonight for Bodie Malott. Very unusual for the sophomore kicker. But going back to Caleb is probably one of the best catchers. And the way he throws that baseball, I'm sure it's not the same motion, but he definitely has the strength to make those long passes, and for him to be able to transfer that over into football season after coming off of a travel baseball season, throwing this little light baseball. I'm sure it's not easy to make that transition, but he's definitely done a good job of it this year. And
sorry to interrupt you, but
the
one thing that does seem to stay the same when throwing a football is that you do, as a catcher, short arm the ball. As you're throwing it to second, you're not winding up and everything. It's about the same thing in football. So, the grip obviously nowhere near the same, and the
release.
Yeah, no.
The release, and as a catcher, and even just a general baseball player, is a forward motion, and football is more of a side motion to throw it. Yeah. But again, somewhat similar, but also a lot different in both aspects. And to be able to put it on target with only a couple of weeks, because I know he travels out of the state for the last few weeks of his travel baseball season. So he doesn't get to hit most of those. And this one kick is going to stay. Nope, just goes out of bounds, and another flag. But I'm sure C-High doesn't mind that flag as much as he does those touchdown runs.
No, and I think giving them the ball on the 35-yard line is obviously better than a touchdown there. So
absolutely. So the Panthers will start on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. We're 8:36 left in the second quarter. The Bruins up 26-6 now over the Elwood Panthers. And it looks like they're still having 2 wide receivers out on the far end of the field. One lone back out of the shotgun. The ball is snapped, and it's going to be a handoff, and Melvin Hernandez is there, and he goes nowhere. It looks like about a 3 or 4 yard loss. Yeah, that's going to be about a 5 yard loss, actually. Going to be a 2nd and 15 for the Panthers.
Especially when your defense is doing that. I mean, I don't think the C-High is going to care if the ball is going out of bounds, because now they're back to where a normal return would be.
Right. The ball placed on their own 31-yard line. So it is just a 4 yard loss for them. And now we've got both receivers on this end, on the short end of the field. One lone back. And that Morales is out, and they're going to... Oh, just... I don't know that you could script that play any better. I thought for sure they were throwing to Morales, but number 81, the ball just seems to fall into his lap.
Looks like he might be a little hurt, walking off the sideline with a little bit of a limp here.
3rd and 12 now with the 2 yard pickup.
Bruins fans, it's 3rd down.
We got 3rd and 12, you said?
3rd and 12 for the Panthers. They've got a 3 wide receiver set, 1 lone back. Looks like one. No, they've got 4 unless he was a tight end. And Devers with the sack and took him back all the way to the 20-yard line.
You know, as I was doing stats today, Steve, what was interesting to me was the only person I saw that had a sack was Devers.
Devers is the only sack of the season.
So I think he had 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought I only had... It might have been 2.
Yeah, I think he had
Devers, he has 13 solo tackles on the season. And for some reason, I must not have...
in Southern Wells, he had 1. So that makes the 3rd Bruin sack of the year, and all 3 of those...
All of them by Devers. And I've got it at a 4th down and an extremely long. I've estimated it about 29 yards, but I believe it's going to be a lot more than that. It might be 35 yards.
It looks like there's a flag on that far side of the field.
There are the
Personal foul targeting on the Bruins.
Really?
a targeting on the Bruins, a personal foul, and that's going to move the ball back up, and it's going to be 4th and 10.
3rd and 10. Yeah, no down. So 3rd and 10 here.
3rd and 10 then.
Well, that's interesting considering the ball was not even over there.
Well, I think that's because the penalty goes from wherever it was the penalty happened, and this is going to be an interception. Dalton Willman with the interception, and it's going to be down at the Elwood Panthers 46-yard line.
On the interception for the Bruins.
So the Bruins regaining control with 6:38 left in the second quarter in Elwood territory.
Bruins take over at the Elwood 46-yard line.
Justice Elam Hernandez, it looks like.
Just to Elam, Hernandez in the backfield. Mealy just now under center. Takes the snap, hands off to Elam. Elam for about a 6-yard carry.
Shane Elam on the run, setting up second and short.
It looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 4. The ball placed on the 40-yard line. The Bruins need to get to what looks like the 36-yard line for a first down. It's going to be 2nd and a short for what it looks like to me. Same backfield. The handoff goes to the inside. Hernandez well at the first down, and he's off to the races and down to about the 19, 18-yard line.
I'll tell you, Melvin, he's came a long way in the past 4 years. I remember him as a freshman. He not the same person he is today by any means.
No, I remember coaching him at the younger levels, and it was a lot bigger than he was now.
Yeah.
And I know he went on a weight loss journey and got pretty ripped for wrestling, and this handoff's going to Justice up the middle for just a couple yards.
Yeah, I think this is the first year Melvin. He's been on the line all 3 years prior to this year, and it seems to be a good addition to their backfield. Gives Devers a break and helps them out.
And he has been a definite. I've seen him playing line this year. I've seen him in the backfield. He's playing defense on the line. I've seen him playing defense as a linebacker. He's just a versatile kid, and he's joined the Army. I think he got the handoff again just for another couple yards, and he doesn't look happy that he got tripped up on that one. But the thing I like about him is he's always giving kudos to the other team for the tackle.
Yeah. And Melvin's always been respectful, and hey, how you doing? I'm good, John.
It's going to be a 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. And it looks like it's going to be inside, it looks like maybe the 11 or 12-yard line of the Panthers. And this handoff is the snap is fumbled by Mealy, so it's going to take him back for a few-yard loss. Going to be 4th and looks like 4 or 5 for the Bruins.
Fumbled handoff sets the Bruins back. 4th down.
It looks like maybe a 4th and 4 for the Bruins. And if I know Seahigh, he's going to go ahead and go for it on this one. The Bruins have been moving the ball real well against the Panthers.
Really, it seems like the only 2 plays that they haven't at least gained a yard or so has been fumbled snap and then that transition between Mealy and Elam down on the other side of the field.
Right. The snap is taken, and then the Elwood Panthers are going to stop the Bruins for a loss, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. A good play by the Panthers. But this is going to put them, looks like maybe on the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. So not a bad play by the coaching staff of the Bruins, even though they got stopped. The field position is not that great for the Panthers. A turnover on downs. There's 3:47 left in the second quarter. The Bruins lead 26-6 over the Panthers.
Morales at that wing. Seems like the Bruins have shut him down. Seems like they're keying him a lot, or maybe Elwood's just not using him here.
And this one's definitely going to be for a loss. And it looked like they used him more as just a blocker, so that was definitely going to be a run, and it didn't seem to work out for him. But if you ask me, I think the Panthers just need to target him because he's fast. Every time I've seen him out to receive the pass, he's wide open.
Yeah.
And if that's your bread and butter, you might as well go with it. Give yourself a chance.
Looks like he's going out here on the far side of the field. Got 2 wide over here.
In the slot position.
4 wide here. Yep.
And he's just doing a quick out, and they're going to throw to him. He has to come back to the ball. And he's only going to get a couple on this one, but looks like maybe a 3rd and 8.
Yep.
That 3rd and 7 we'll give him. It's a good job by the Bruins tonight to shut Morales down, but It just doesn't seem like the Panthers are targeting him as much as they should be.
No, not at all. Especially, he's on that kickoff return. He was outrunning everybody, and there's some fast players for the Bruins that just weren't catching him.
Exactly. And he's out on the end this time and got a runner in motion, and they're going to pitch it to him. And this is that Morales, and he's tackled. Looks like at the line of scrimmage it's going to be 4th and 7. And look like Hernandez on the tackle.
Yes. Looks like they're going to switch offense and punt team and punt the ball away. Bruins should have decent field position. Elwood punter hasn't got any very good kicks here so far, so see what Elam does with the ball here.
No, they haven't, and with under a minute 50 to go, it looks like they may try to run a little bit of the clock down. Yep. They're waiting for the play clock to run down. It's at 7-6, and with that, they ran a lot of time off the clock. Clock down now to a minute 30. And it hits off of an Elwood player, and it's going to be down at about their 27-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Bruins on Elwood's 27-yard line. And not the field position that Elwood needed to give up on that one. At halftime, they're going to have the Blackford Dancers and
I don't remember.
Somebody else. Oh, the Unified Flag Football Team. And this handoff's to Elam on the far side of the field. He's got a couple blockers. He gets the first down and dives for just a few more yards, and he's going to be at about the 14-yard line.
That Unified Football Team, I follow Blackford Athletic page on Facebook. I think it's a great thing that they finally got a team together for the kids that maybe aren't capable enough to play football or any other sport as a whole, because I know they have that unified track team too. I think it's a good job by the athletic department to get that started up. And
they definitely seem to have fun. I spent a lot of time in the booth for baseball. Oh, and is that Elam?
Yeah, it looks like he tripped up on his own lineman there.
Yep, sure did, and he's doesn't make it quite back to the line of scrimmage, but Tyler, I can't remember his last name, but he's the coach of the Unified Flag Football Team, and he and I were talking earlier, and he said that they're 0-2. However, he looks for them to do well in their sectional run, which is coming up here soon.
Cool.
And this is going to be another handoff, looks up the middle, a short gain, maybe only a couple yards. And timeout, Elwood. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Timeout, Elwood. And that's going to give us just a few minutes to talk more.
Look for Steve.
Talk more about Aaron Henderson for Blackford County prosecutor. Again, he retired from the Blackford County Probation Department after 20 years of service in August of 2015. He specializes in elder law. This is his law office, I'm sorry. Aaron Henderson for prosecutor works closely with law enforcement to enhance training and code enforcement. He wants to increase conviction rates, efficiently move cases through the courts, collaborate and work closely with the community corrections and probation to effectively reduce recidivism, assist in bridging gaps in rehabilitative services for offenders, and provide a meaningful pretrial diversion program for first-time offenders of low-level offenses. He believes that holds offenders accountable for their crime while addressing their individual needs to reduce recidivism. And it looks like now Blackford's going to take a timeout.
About a good 6-yard run by Shane there, broke a couple tackles, just up the gut there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4. The clock says 16:8 left to go in the quarter. So Bruin with a timeout, and we'll go ahead and talk some more about Kevin Basie. running for re-election to be your Blackford County prosecutor. Kevin has been an attorney in Blackford County for over 25 years and has been proud to serve as your Blackford County prosecutor for almost 20 of those 25. When faced with trying times that are present in our world today, it's important to have a trusted, fully prepared, and tested individual who will see the job through. Kevin Basie has proven himself to be that individual. Kevin would be humbled by your continued support for the upcoming election. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Basie for prosecutor.
It's 4th and 1 here.
4th and 1, I'm way off.
Looks like a touchdown here.
And that's definitely a touchdown by Austin Lancaster.
He's having a good game so far. I think that's what his second touchdown, maybe third.
I've lost count already. Yes, because he had that long one, so it's at least 2. Yeah. Bodie Malott back for the kick. Let's see if he can go 2 for 4. And the kick is up, and that one looks like it is good. And the Bruins extend their lead 33-6. 13.1 seconds left on the game clock for the Elwood Panthers.
You know, if I was a cheerleader, I don't think I'd want to do it today. They're going to be doing a lot of push-ups.
Can't be half as bad as the Blackford Alexandria game.
Yeah, that's true. I think they probably stop after a certain amount.
They probably want to.
Oh, there they go. They're getting down. Oh, they're going to trade off here.
Oh, you're talking about the males doing their push-ups. Yeah, they tend to do that a lot. And Bodie Malott's going to be off for the kick. Again, 33-6. 13 seconds left in the second quarter. And pending a bad second
onside here, maybe.
No, this one's going way to the left, and that one's going to be out of bounds as well, and they're going to start on their own 35 with 13.1 to go.
That went to the end zone there.
So touchback.
Yeah.
So
kicked away from him, rolled into the end zone.
So it's going to be on the 20. A good kick by Malott, letting it go into the end zone. That I do have a touchback stat for him. He's only had 2 on the season. This is going to make his 3rd.
You know, watching that conversation between C-High and Malott again, he was like, well, why don't you just do that every time? And I'm sure is what he said to him because he gave him a high five and nodding his head.
I'm sure Malott was like, well, if I could do it every time, I would. And it looks like the Brewers are going to be playing for the pass. The ball is spotted on the Elwood 20-yard line, and Isaac Justice was way back by about the 35-yard line, so 15-yard difference. And they go ahead and run the ball, and this is going to let the clock run down to end the half. The Bruins lead 33-6 over the Elwood Panthers. And if I had a commercial to go to, I would, but I don't. So let's go to an ad read here by Camille Mealy. And she is, again, stating that she's not running against anyone. She is running for the students of Blackford County with a sincere desire to provide guidance and leadership from the perspective of a lifelong educator. Blackford County Schools strives to provide the best education for the students. Her desire is to see our schools approach all areas of education with enthusiasm and commitment. We must embrace the arts and the technical skills within our educational plans. Preparing students for college is important, but offering students technical classes that will prepare them for the workforce is just as important. Offering them opportunities in self-expression through visual and performing arts is just as important. It is her belief that we must strive to educate the whole child and provide them opportunities that will enrich their lives and engage them in pursuits that will last a lifetime. And now the Blackford dance team is going to be on the field, and we're just going to go ahead and let you guys watch them for a minute. And that was the Blackford Band and the Blackford Dance Team. And they gave me the names of some of the members of that dance team. I can't remember them all. There's some different names in there. But we're going to go through some of our sponsors again and finish out the rounding up of them here. And I'm going to give Aaron Henderson a little bit of sponsorship for his actual law firm because it is as well part of this package. So let's talk a little bit about Aaron Henderson Law. Aaron, again, you know all of his statistics. He specializes in elder law, estate planning, Medicare and Medicaid benefits, as well as criminal law and family law. If you are in need of an updated will and estate plan, criminal representation, or you just simply need legal advice, please call to schedule an appointment today. His phone number is 765-347-8333, and you can find him on his website at aaronhendersonlaw.com. And Aaron is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. He does have after-hours specials by after-hours time, but that's by special appointment only. And he's located at 502 West Main Street in Hartford City. Again, that's Aaron Henderson Law at gmail.com or aaronhendersonlaw.com for his law office located at 508 East Main Street. And again, his goals for prosecutor are to work closely with law enforcement to enhance training and code enforcement, increase conviction rates, efficiently move cases through the courts, collaborate and work closely with community corrections and probation to effectively reduce recidivism rates, assist in bridging gaps in rehabilitative services for offenders, and provide meaningful pretrial diversion program for first-time offenders of low-level offenses, which holds offenders accountable for their crime while addressing their individual needs to reduce recidivism. You can find him on Facebook.com/Henderson for Prosecutor. Kevin Basie for Prosecutor, also one of our sponsors, is running for re-election to be your Blackford County Prosecutor. Kevin has been an attorney in Blackford County for over 25 years and has been proud to serve as your Blackford County prosecutor for almost 20 years. When faced with trying times that are present in our world today, it's important to have a trusted, fully prepared, and tested individual who will see the job through. Kevin Basie has proven himself to be that individual. Kevin would be humbled by your continued support in the upcoming election. And don't forget about Camille Mealy for school board. She's not running against anyone. She is running for the students of Blackford County with a sincere desire to provide guidance and leadership from the perspective of a lifelong educator. Blackford County schools strive to provide the best education for the students. Her desire is to see our students approach all areas of education with enthusiasm and commitment. We must embrace the arts and the technical skills within our educational plans. Preparing students for college is important, but offering students technical classes that will prepare them for the workforce is just as important. Offering them opportunities in self-expression through visual and performing arts is just as important. It is her belief that we must strive to educate the whole child and provide them opportunities that will enrich their lives and engage them in pursuits that will last a lifetime. And we're back in the Bruins starting off the second half, kicking the ball off to Elwood. Bodie Malott with the kick, and this one's going straight down the middle, and it looks like it's going to go back in for a touchdown. Another touchback, not a touchdown. Another touchback, giving Bodie 4 on the season, 2 just in this game. And we were talking a little bit in the half there, Grant. And what do you think about the first half of Blackford's night?
Well, I think like we talked about, the defense is pretty stout, keeping Elwood for minimal yards. as long as they contain Morales, it seems like they're going to continue to do that. And their offense looks like tonight is going to be run through Austin Lancaster. He's already got 3 touchdowns and has proven to do the job he needs to do so far tonight.
And that ball was handed off. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 for a 1-yard loss.
Couple of Bruins in for the tackle for loss.
For Elwood. Number 5, I still don't have a roster in front of me to... Trenton Porter with the run. It looked like he was going to be dropped for about a 4 or 5 yard loss right at the handoff, but I didn't see it. Looked like maybe Jacob Devers wasn't able to get enough handle on him, but the rest of the Bruins came up to make the tackle just shy of the line of scrimmage.
Hand off to him again.
And he's going to get about a 2 to 3 yard rush on that one. So going to be 3rd down and 7.
Judging by those 2 runs, he seems like he can run the ball pretty well. Haven't seen much of that tonight. With Morales being shut down by the Bruins tonight, I think that they're trying to find another option. I still don't think that Morales is going to be completely out of the picture. They might give this guy the ball a couple times and then go back to Morales maybe for a big play here.
Yeah, you're going to have to get that kid involved in your game plan. If he's your leading rusher and your leading receiver, you've got to get him involved, and they still just pitching it outside, and that was to Morales. And it looks like he picks up about 2 or 3 on it. Yeah, he's out to the 35-yard line, shy of the 1st down. It looks like the punt team is going to be out to pick this one up. And it looks like it's going to be 4th down and a long 5. The punt team out on the field. And it looks like Shane Elam back to receive. Shane is definitely a good punt receiver. And it looks like Morales is going to take the punt. I'd be worried if he wasn't going to try to run this and do a fake.
That's, if Elwood does do that, that's going to be one of those things that's pretty obvious.
Nope, he definitely punts Elam, and he picks up a couple of yards for the 1st down. 10-17 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Bruins up 33-6 over the Elwood Tigers.
Seems like with that, Morales' best punt of the night.
Yes.
Over their first punter, it kind of seems like he's the guy that does it all for the Panthers.
Yes, he does, and I mistakenly called them the Tigers. They are the Panthers. And so now, does he play both ways, or is he just strictly offense?
He's off the field now. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he did play both ways.
And the backfield looks like Elam, Hernandez takes the handoff and gets about 2.5, maybe 3 yards on the carry. And it looks like, that's a short 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd down and a long 8. But it looked like it was Elam, Hernandez, and Lancaster. Isaac Justice not seeing much in the way of the backfield tonight, playing mostly defense, but when he has gotten the ball, he has ran quite well.
Yeah, I think they do try and save Isaac a little bit for defense, just because he's one of those guys that's there on every single tackle.
Absolutely, and Mealy takes the snap, and Elam with the handoff, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back to the original line of scrimmage. Now going to be 3rd and 10, as it appears that Elwood has maybe figured out the Blackford offense and shutting them down, and now Isaac Justice coming in for Shane Elam.
Seems, the past plays they've done, Isaac's been in on all of them, so you might see a pass here. But Lancaster's been the favorite target all night.
Yes, he has, with 3 touchdowns already. And the Bruins Mealy under center takes the snap. Hands off to Lancaster, and Lancaster on the close edge, and that's going to be stopped just shy of the 1st down. Looks like Blackford needs about 4 to pick up the 1st down, so it's going to be 4th and about 6. No, 4th and about 4, sorry, with a 6-yard pickup by Lancaster. Justice still staying out on this play. A 4th and 4. 8:20 to go in the third quarter. Mealy under center. And it looks like Elwood jumps offside and the Bruins are going to pick up the first down. Yes, offsides by Elwood. And that's going to give them enough for the first down.
The penalty gives enough yards for a Bruin.
Again, I want to ask everybody, if you know any of our sponsors or if you talk to them at any point, please tell them thank you for giving us the funds that we needed to have these last three, and that's a handoff to Melvin Hernandez, and he's going to pick up a tough 3 yards on the play. But make sure you tell our sponsors thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do this. I know I enjoy doing it, and Grant has asked me to do it, and I hope he's enjoying it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure, Steve, and hopefully we can do this more often.
Yeah, let's hope so. 7:30 to go in the third quarter, and basketball season's coming up right around the corner. There's 3 games left. This one and Blackford at Eastbrook and Blackford at Miss Cinewall for the final game of the season. And that ball was ran just to the outside. It looked like it was handed off to the middle back, which is Melvin. Another run by Hernandez. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Looked like Elwood did a really good job of shutting down the middle there, and then Melvin had to bounce that outside, which isn't really his bread and butter. You know, Melvin's that guy that's there to run people over and run it down the throats. Kind of.
Absolutely. And he still did that, but had to run it on the outside. Still the same 3 backs, Elam, Lancaster, and Hernandez. Mealy dropping down under center, takes the snap. Hand off to Elam, and Elam's going to pick up the first down. And Bruins not having long running yards. They're eating up quite a bit of clock with this, but they still pick up the first down.
Throughout the year I've wondered when Mealy's going to keep the ball around the edge one time, because if you watch that opposite side of the field, they're all flowing the way of the handoff, and Caleb's pretty quick, and I think that he could make some plays.
Yeah, he's definitely I've seen him run that exact play that you're talking about for a touchdown before, and this one's handed off to Melvin again, and Melvin's going to be in for the touchdown. Another 6 points for the Bruins. The kick is up, and it's good, and the Bruins now lead 40-6 over the Elwood Panthers.
A little more, maybe. Good.
A nice run by Melvin Hernandez to put the Bruins up 39-6, and the extra point good by Bodie Malott to bring the Bruins ahead 40-6 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Again, Bodie Malott going to be kicking off to the Panthers to start off this next drive. The Panthers really struggling to move the ball, but not getting Morales involved much in the offense.
See here, Morales scooted back quite a bit.
Yeah, looks like he's on the 1 or the 2 yard line. Maybe hoping he can pick it up and actually make a run for it.
Yeah, I think Bodie's got the wind behind him.
And Morales is scooting his way over to the near side of the field. And Bodie approaches the kick, puts it up, and kicks it right down the middle. And this one's going to bounce right to Morales, and he takes off to the far edge. And it looks like he's breaking a couple tackles, but he's going to be down at about the 25-yard line. So not much of a run. It looks like he got about 24 yards on the carry. Not bad, but the Elwood Panthers are going to need a lot more to catch up to the Bruins with a 40-6 lead. Elwood running with what appears to be only 2 wide outs on the far edge, the short side of the field, 1 back, and Morales on the near side, and this is going to be a pitch back to number 6, and he's not getting much, but breaking about 3-4 tackles, and now they're going to take him for about a 10-yard loss. Going to be 2nd and 20 now for the Panthers.
That's sometimes right there why you just take what you got and leave it at what it is, because it might have been 2nd 11 or 12 there, but he ran backward to 9 yards.
Yeah, it's never a good idea to run backwards, but when you're down by 34 points, you're trying to make any play that you can with just over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. The Panthers now with 2 wide outs and a single back. It seems to be the way they line up just about every time, and this is going to be a handoff right up the middle, and Isaac Justice with the lone tackle to save a long run. It's a 14-yard carry by the running back.
Isaac, he's small, but he's not one person that I think many people want to run into.
No, I seen a play last year, and Isaac is a good friend of my son and my daughter both, and he hit a kid so hard last year that he said the kid immediately threw up on his face mask.
Yeah, I actually watched that play too, and that's what my dad's a coach, and he told me that Isaac said the same thing.
Yeah, and that was 4 wide outs, and it's going to be dropped for about a 2-yard loss, or not a 2-yard loss, but 2 yards shy of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2 for the Panthers. And it looks like they're going to go for it. They've got nothing to lose at this point in the game. The Bruins playing close to the line of scrimmage. Nope, it looks like they're punting because Shane Elam headed out to receive. So the punt team out on the field. And the snap is bad, and this one's going to go way back. And he's going to pick it up. He's running with it. He's got it down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And it's going to be Bruin ball.
Morales just wasn't ready for that snap. The snapper must have thought he was, and he snapped it right by him there.
And that's going to give the Bruins great field position to start off here with 3:27 left in the third quarter. It's going to be placed on the 21-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bruins. And it looks like Hernandez and Isaac Justice both coming off the field for this set of downs. So you should have Shane Elam, Jacob Devers, and Austin Lancaster in the backfield. Immediately dropping down under center. The handoff goes to Shane Elam. And he's going to be dropped for, it looks like, making it to the 20-yard line. So going to be 2nd and 9 for the Bruins. And it looks like we've got a new quarterback in the game. Brandon Apple coming in for Caleb Mealy, and the Bruins putting in secondary roster spots here. So Apple with the QB duties. He's going to hand off, and this one looks like it's going to Lancaster. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. And he looks like he's made it in, but they're calling him just short by about a yard. So it's going to be first and goal at the 1 yard line for the Bruins. And I agree with the call. It looked like his knee was down just shy of the touchdown marker. So a good run by Austin Lancaster, picking up 19 yards on the carry. Again, Apple getting the play from C-High now. And it looks like Isaac Justice is in, Jacob Devers, and Austin Lancaster for your backs. Apple under center. Takes the snap, hands off to Lancaster again, and that's going to be his 4th touchdown of the game. The Bruins now 46-6 over the Elwood Panthers.
Jacob Devers on the Bruins touchdown.
And we got 2:07 left in the third quarter. Bodie Malott back for the extra point. Snap is down, the kick is up, and looked like another bad snap, but C-High gets it up, and the kick is good. The Bruins now lead 47-6 over the Elwood Panthers. Did you get to see that play, Grant?
I didn't. I had a phone call for work, so I didn't get to see that.
A nice run by Austin Lancaster out to the left side and gets dropped on the 1 yard line. He tried to reach it out for the touchdown, but the referees did not give it to him, and it did look like his knee touched down at about the 1 yard line. But the Bruins give it right back to him and let him take it on in.
What's that make his
fourth touchdown? And the Bruins getting ready to kick off to the Panthers. Ball out back. Approaching the ball. The kick is up. And this one's going to go back. Picked up at about the 5 yard line by Morales. Morales out to the 20, the 25, 30, 35, 45. And we've got a flag on the play.
He's definitely dangerous there, so I think that C-High might be letting Bodie kick it deep now, with the cushion they do have on the Elwood.
Right. You got nothing to lose by letting him kick the ball, and it looks like this is going against the Elwood Panthers, maybe a block in the back or a holding. I didn't see the call. It looks like it's going to be a holding against the Panthers.
Holding on Elwood, Will.
A minute 53 left in the third quarter. Elwood has the ball, looks like at their own. I was getting the chain gang a little confused. I thought they were going to have it on their 30. It looks like they're going to have it on their own 20.
Looks like I would say, they're getting the JV players rounded up on Blackford's sideline. Maybe put them in the fourth quarter, save some of their players.
Absolutely. And the handoff to number 5, and he's going to be dropped for a 2 yard loss. Now 2nd and 12.
It's interesting to see Apple go into the game, though. I was kind of paying attention when I got that phone call. What is his first name?
Brandon.
Caleb didn't start one game earlier this season, and Brandon was starting quarterback. They drove the ball right down the field. I don't know. Maybe it's different that other teams think there's going to be a pass or something. But Brandon does do a good job, especially as a backup quarterback.
He does do a good job of managing the quarterback position. A fumbled snap by the quarterback, and he's running it out. He's going to go ahead and keep a hold of it. He's out to about the 21, 22 yard line.
Isaac Justice. I mean, he just came from the whole other side of the field, and that's what I mean by, he flows to the ball real well.
He does. Isaac Justice is an amazing athlete, and he is the East Central Indiana Player of the Game for the second week in a row. And this is going to be, looks like it's going to be 3rd and 8, and the clock is running down 37 seconds. The play clock has 12 seconds on it, so they're going to have to get this play off before the end of the third quarter, and this should just about do it. 4 wide receiver set with a lone back, and he drops back, and he lets one heave, and this one might be intercepted, and it is. And I believe that's going to be Dalton Willman for the interception with 16.1 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Dalton's second interception of the game. He did a good job there fighting for that ball. The wide receiver looked like he might have had it in his possession. Dalton just pulled it out of his hands.
Yep, ripped it right out of his hands. Willman comes up with the ball. An interception for the Bruins. Dalton's second of the game, as Grant just said. And they're going to get the ball on their own 41-yard line. The Bruins not giving an inch to these Panthers.
We've got newly entered to the game, number 28. It's going to be Quentin Tier. For Shane Elam. He should be at running back. I know he's a JV running back. Plays some quarterback for JV too.
And it looks like he's going to be on the right side of the formation. I can barely read the numbers sitting here in the booth, but Hernandez still in it, and he's on the outside down to the 20. Now it's 5:15, and I believe he went out around the 10-yard line. A nice run by. If I think that's Quentin Tier.
No, I think they gave it to Lancaster.
That was Lancaster. You're right. Lancaster with a nice run to pick up the first down, and it's going to be placed at about the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 15, and Lancaster comes off the field for this play.
Yeah, number 5, Ethan Miller. Into the game. I'm not familiar with Ethan. Are you, Steve?
Yeah, he's had a couple of really good runs. He's also played defense for the Bruins, and Apple picks up the play a little late, and it looks like they're going to get a delay of game penalty called on them, and they do.
And that's one of those struggles that it's a varsity level, and that's a whole different game than a JV game. These guys might struggle with this.
Absolutely. A 5-yard penalty brings them back to the 20, so they're going to be 1st and 15 for the Bruins. Looks like they might be going with the same play. Apple with plenty of time now. The play clock down, or the game clock down to 7.1 seconds, so this should be the last play of and it's a handoff, and they stopped him well shy of the line of scrimmage, driving him back all the way to the 29, and that is Quentin Tier. A loss of about 2, so it's going to be 2nd and 17 for the Bruins, and the game clock runs down. And with that, let's get into some more thank yous to our sponsors. Aaron Henderson has goals to be the prosecutor of Blackford County is to work closely with law enforcement to enhance training and code enforcement, increase conviction rates, efficiently move cases through the courts, collaborate and work closely with community corrections and probation to effectively reduce recidivism, assist in bridging gaps in rehabilitative services for offenders, provide a meaningful pretrial diversion program for first-time offenders of low-level offenses, which holds offenders accountable for their crime while addressing their individual needs to reduce recidivism. You can check out more on Aaron Henderson at facebook.com/Henderson for prosecutor. And the Bruins look like we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. A lead 47-6 over the Elwood Panthers. And they got, I believe it's a 2nd and 17. Both teams have all of their timeouts starting the fourth quarter. And as Grant said, it looks like a lot of JV players now in for the Bruins. Or what I like to call their second string.
It looks to me as if they might keep their linemen in here for a little bit, try and get some points up on the board, and I'm sure that you'll see some JV.
And that was a handoff to Quentin Tier. No gain, maybe a half a yard loss. So we're going to be 3rd down and 17 now.
It's a little slower, or it's a little faster than they're used to, at the JV level. Varsity, compared to varsity to JV, it's a really, really big difference.
And Melvin Hernandez now coming off the field for a break. Getting a high five from Coach C. High. And now Brandon Apple under center. I can't read the 3 backs. But another one, it looks like going to Ethan Miller. No, I'm sorry, that one's going up the middle, and that's exactly what we talked about earlier. I completely missed the handoff, thought it was to Ethan Miller, but it went up the middle. Maybe, is that Devers? Number 48.
48's going to be Scott Winger.
Scott Winger with the carry. A nice run, and now the Bruins have a 4th and about 5 yards, and it looks like Bodie Malot's out to kick the field goal.
This is going to make it they're at the 16, so about a 26-yard field goal here.
And the kick is up, and that is good. So 3 points added for Bodie Malott. Makes the score 50-6 for the Bruins.
Talking about that, what we talked about earlier, they're comfortable with 40 to 45-yard field goal. He definitely had an extra 15 yards on that kick.
Yeah, I've noticed him. He had a couple kicks down at Ball State for CIC weekend that I thought he had every bit of possibly a 45-yard field goal.
Yeah, and him only being a sophomore,
the Bruins definitely have a lot more time left, a couple more years left with him. And I believe that besides football, he swims, and that's about it. And Bodie was a soccer player before, so he has that soccer-style kick down. And I'm telling you, I've come out here when it's not football season, and I've seen him out here kicking 35 and 40-yard field goals with just a couple of balls, and he'll set them up on his own. He'll kick 3 of them, and then he walks down, picks up his own balls, and brings them back and does it again. And I know that I've seen him doing it several times out here in the off season as well as the season. So a dedicated kid to his craft, and as Pat McAfee would say, for the brand.
Yep, absolutely. And I think all around in Blackford, I think and a lot of this has to do with the athletic director, Tony Dugan. I think they have a lot of commitment with a lot of their players in all sports. You talk about Bodie doing that. I know a few of the basketball players off season, during the season, everything, they're always in the gym trying to get better. So.
Yep, and this kick goes short, and number 28 just drops to a knee as soon as he catches it. Doesn't even let it get past him, and they're going to take over at about the 33-yard line. But, yeah, just to what you were saying, Ugin has definitely changed the atmosphere since coming here, 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Has definitely changed the atmosphere of Blackford County or Blackford High School. And I remember 5 years ago, there wasn't very many fans in the stands to watch a game unless there was something special going on. And since adding a couple different coaches, that we've gotten more fans in the stands for football, basketball, and baseball all alike. So a short 5-yard pickup. The snap looked to be a little off by the Elwood Panthers, and the QB just goes ahead and keeps it and runs for a quick 5 yards.
As much as we talk about the coaches and everything, obviously it's their offenses and their defenses that take place in the game, but the commitment of the kids is.
Yeah, without the commitment and without that winning mentality, it doesn't matter who you have out here running the athletic department. But those combined, a nice pickup for a first down by the Elwood Panthers with 9:35 left to go on the game clock. But it's nice to see. I remember he had that slogan when he came here, was believe in the Bruins, and everybody has seemed to bought into that, including the kids.
Yep. And, the switching past a little bit, the basketball team, they've really had a lot of commitment. I know during baseball season and everything, kids that are playing baseball, going to morning practice of baseball, then going to basketball workouts, and just all around, they're busy, but they're doing their best to get us games.
Yeah, they definitely work hard to perfect their craft or to get better at their craft, and it's obviously showing out on the field, that's for sure.
Yep.
A nice 9-yard pickup by number 5 for the Elwood Panthers. It has now a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me maybe like half the defense. No, Melvin's there, Shane's there.
And this is going to be a fumble, and I believe the Bruins have picked it up.
It's going to be
fumbled the handoff, and Isaac Justice picks up the fumble. And the Bruins are going to have a 1st and 10 on the Elwood 49-yard line, and things just not going well. It looked like the Panthers were going to put together a nice drive here. They were moving the ball well, running it up the middle on the Bruins, but a simple mistake by the quick QB and the running back in the exchange leaves them now with the Bruins in territory to score another 6 points or 3 points.
Looks like you got Winger, Tier, and Miller again.
Winger, Tier, and Miller in the backfield, and that handoff's going up the middle. And it looks like maybe for just a 1.5 yard gain, it's going to be 2nd down and a long 8.
I can't remember the last time that Blackford went on senior night last year, Steve.
That's a good question. I don't believe we had a winning season last year, so that answer would probably be no.
I know that this year's homecoming is one of the first homecomings we've won since
2008, and this is going to be a QB keeper, and there's going to be a flag on the play. It looks like maybe a face mask by Elwood, number 56, and I think he realized it. He gives Brandon Apple a little pat on the rear and walks it off. Personal foul, face mask by the white hat. That's going to be a 1st down for the Bruins with a 15-yard mark off.
15 yards, yep. I
Yep.
know that they changed that rule maybe my senior year of high school, about 6 years ago probably.
Yep.
To where there's no more 5-yard penalty face mask, the inadvertent face mask.
And with 7:30 left on the game clock, the Bruins now on the Elwood 33-yard line, 1st and 10. The handoff goes up the middle, and I believe is that Tier or Winger?
I think that's Winger.
And Winger tries to dive for an extra yard. Yeah, 48 is Winger, and he picks up 2 yards on the carry. So 2nd and 8.
I think next year they're looking for Winger to step in that in the shoes of Melvin. He's really impressed them this year. Melvin and Devers, I guess they're both seniors.
Yeah, we have a lot of seniors on the football team this year. I want to say, if I remember, 13 total seniors. And this is going to be a handoff to Quentin Tier. Tier makes it out to about the 27-yard line. Not able to reach the 1st down marker, but it's going to be 3rd and about 5 yards. So picks up 3 yards on the carry. And this is going to get where it's interesting. If he only picks up a couple of yards, do you think they'll let Bodie Malott try that kick?
I think they will try, and I know that the record's going to be 42. So right now he's looking at if they don't get any yards, 29, 39, 42.
And this handoff's going up the middle, and they are going to be shy, and it's going to be to the 23, 24-yard line. So just a yard shy of the 1st down.
It doesn't look like they're going to kick. They're going to go ahead.
Well, they're going to go for a 4th and 1 here with 5:40 left in the fourth quarter.
I know for Bodie, he had an injury earlier in the year that's only allowing him to actually kick. There's something wrong with something in his shin, I do believe.
And this is going to be a long run. Ethan Miller down to about the 6-yard line. A nice first down pickup for the Bruins. On a 4th and 1 carry, now the Bruins 1st and goal on the 7-yard line.
You know, this is good to see that these the second string guys are getting yards pretty well here. Makes it exciting to know that you might have a couple guys to fill into really your top 5 guys offensive wise are all graduating. So
yes,
seeing Winger and Tier out there.
The juniors and the sophomores are going to have to pick it up next year when they're both juniors and seniors. And this handoff's going up the middle and going to be dropped at about the 4-yard line. And it looks like it may be Winger again.
Looks like 54% of the game is going to be Braden Bannister. He's a freshman. He's going to replace, looks like, Nick Otwanowski.
So Nick Otwanowski, the center, the junior center for the Bruins, now off the field and replacing those starting lineup play by play, it appears, with 4:10 left to go. Apple under center. This looks like the same backfield as it's been. And this one's going to be handed off to Quentin Tier. And Quentin Tier is going to get just down to the 1-yard line, just shy of a touchdown. And we're going to have 3rd and goal. And I'm telling you, it's a short yard.
That was that move Quentin made. He's just a plant as a quick step. And, he made a couple guys miss there. Luckily for Elwood, their linebackers were feeling pretty well.
Right. And after the game, the marching band for the Bruin High School, or Blackford High School, is going to be performing, and we're going to stay live with that. And when that's over, we'll finish out. So when you hear the game outro, the thanking you, and that's going to be a touchdown by Ethan Miller. But once you hear that, don't get lost in it. You don't have to tune out. Stick around for the marching band. They want to perform for you and show you what they've done and how much they've improved after having Bethany Alvarado as their new band director. So a touchdown by Ethan Miller, and now Bodie Malott for the extra point. The Bruins lead 56-6 with 3:12 in the fourth quarter. And C. High asking for the snap, receives it, puts the ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. 57-6 now, and the cheerleaders have a lot of leg kicks and push-ups by the males to perform here, and they're going to be tired just like they were at the CIC weekend down at Ball State.
Well, judging by these cheerleaders that are walking the flag down there, it's taking 2 of them to carry the flag. So I don't think they're going to be
they're doing their jumping jacks. The girls aren't doing the leg kicks anymore, just doing their 57 jumping jacks. So the Bruins, with a dominating performance tonight, 57-6 over Elwood High School. And I'm going to be kicking off to Elwood starting off here soon.
Steve, I forget who I was talking to. If they would have beat Jay County, it would have been interesting to see, after tonight's game, especially with the offensive performances they've been putting up. I think Blackford could have been ranked, somewhere in 3A this year.
I'm glad you said that, because in the state of Indiana, and this is just going to be a little squib kick, a slow roller, and this one's going to be picked up by number 5, the running back for Elwood, and he's going to be down at the 36. I'll have to check here. I know I found the stat. Blackford is ranked 163 in the state. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know what it goes, what stats it goes over or how it determines that, but I know it goes by your rushing yards, passing yards, total yards, stuff like that. Because if I'm not mistaken, my wife likes checking into that stuff now and again. And the last time she checked, we were ranked above Mississinawa and Eastbrook both.
Really? I know, talking about Eastbrook and with that being their game next week, I listened to a broadcast, I believe it was on 104.1. They were talking about Adamson, which is Eastbrook's head coach, and he was saying that this offense obviously pretty identical to what they run. A little bit different, but he's a little worried about Blackford this year, and it's not like Eastbrook to be worried about Blackford.
Yeah, it's not something that we've not a position that we've been in the past. That's for sure. Eastbrook handled us last year. I believe the score was like 63-7 or 63-0. They gave us a beating last year. But I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and his kids are in the lower level of Oak Hill, and I was telling him, I said, I think Blackford is going to give Eastbrook a run for their money this year, and I said they may beat us, but they're not going to beat us anything like they did last year, and I think that when we come to their facility. They may be a little nervous about what we can do on the field now.
Yeah, and I agree. And I know last year they were pretty reliant on Barajas. I don't remember his first name. But, he's really fast and produces really well for Eastbrook.
Right.
So I think it might be not as much, but Eastbrook's going to rely on that big player, and maybe if Blackford shuts them down, maybe Eastbrook doesn't know what to do and get a good lead, and hopefully the outcome's good.
The thing about playing teams like Blackford and Eastbrook is they do run the exact same offense, so each one of them knows how to stop the other's offense, and if they can both do it, it may end up being a defensive game next week, which would be a lot of fun to watch. From my aspect anyway, I like a good defensive game, and again, Blackford, even with their secondary defense is giving Elwood all they can, and the clock is running down now under 50 seconds to go, and it doesn't look like Elwood's in much of a hurry to score much.
Elwood, this is obviously a down year for Elwood. They're usually a pretty good football program. I know they've changed coaches. Marty Wells had retired. It's a big change. Learning a new offense, and that's why a lot of people are excited about Blackford because C-High feels like wants to stay here for a while, and for as long as he stays here, I think that Blackford will continue to have success.
And it looks like Elwood is conceding the game as the clock just now drops to triple zeros. And Blackford wins 57-6 over Elwood High School, increasing their record to 6-1 and 5-0 in the conference.
So Eastbrook next week. Mississinawa. I know Mississinawa beat Eastbrook. I think Mississinawa is the team to beat in the CIC, and really be cool to see Blackford come home with that CIC trophy.
Yeah, I would love to see that as well. And like you said, our last two games against a couple of tough opponents in Eastbrook and then followed up by Mississinawa. Neither one of them at home. Both of them are away. And we will be broadcasting both of those games at their facility. We've already gotten permission from both Eastbrook and Mississinawa, and I'd like to thank them both for providing us the room in their booths. I know Eastbrook or Miss Cinewall, I believe it was, not only gets broadcasted by their own YouTube channel that's ran by their students, but WIWU, Indiana Wesleyan's TV program, also broadcasts their games. And WBAT is going to be there as well as us. So they're going to have 4 sets of folks in their facility trying to broadcast that game. So you definitely have your choice of how you want to do it or how you want to view it. And we would definitely appreciate if you would watch us. And again, we apologize for not being able to broadcast the first half of the season, as I just didn't think it would be wise of me after having back surgery to try to lift up the equipment up and down. And I know I did have a lot of issues sitting out in the stands when I did, as John Payne finishes out with the air horn after the Bruins sing their school song. So with that, I'm going to take just a second break and get the camera set up for the Blackford band to perform, and I'm going to run this outro. Again, you don't have to go anywhere. Stick around and watch the Bruin band play and perform for you. Thank you for watching, and again, thank you to our sponsors, Aaron Henderson for prosecutor, Kevin Basie for prosecutor, and Camille Mealy for school board.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.
Well, sorry for the confusion. The band is not playing again. Thank you for watching Blackford Athletics and the Voice Sports Network broadcast. And we'll see you next Friday at Eastbrook. Thank you again.